Hey folks, it's Daniel Joe. Folks, welcome back to the Joe Brown's Mystery Legend Show. Now, this will be the last one of the show for season 1. But there is a special occasion coming up, Halloween. And Rexy's been excited. He's been jumping up and down. Very excited for Halloween to come. And I'll be dressed up as a horror flick character. And his name is Scream. Now, I'm going to talk about the topic ghosts. But first, we need to get Rexy in the room. Hey, Rexy, where are you? Rexy!
Whoa.
Oh, folks, it's a little scary. It's the ghost of Rexy.
I'm the ghost of Rexy. We have to be on topic today, Joe Brown.
That's true.
And another thing, got to add some pizzazz because dull ghosts are so boring. Whoa.
Oh, I'm so afraid.
You should be. All right, it's just me, Rexy. No need to panic or anything, but thought that'd make a good entrance. How you doing, Joe Brown?
Good.
Good. How's your week been going so far?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. That's good. Really rainy day today, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you hear all that thunder?
Yep.
You see that lightning outside your window when you're doing your research?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if you know this, ghosts hate the rain. Do you know why?
No.
It dampens their spirits. Oh!
Good one, but
It's not joke time, but you know, I'm being topical, right?
yes.
Okay. Cool. All right, let's talk about ghosts.
Now there's two kinds of ghosts.
There's two kinds.
There's the ghost that we all know from human spirits,
Okay.
and then there's the poltergeist, which in German means noisy ghosts.
Noisy ghosts. What could they get, Joe Brown?
Pretty loud that they can throw books at you.
Well, is that ghost or poltergeist?
Poltergeist.
A poltergeist. Okay. So geist means German. It is German for ghost. And I'm guessing polter means noisy, right?
Yeah.
Noisy or unsettling or something like that, right?
Yeah, they can throw things around,
Yeah.
levitate things,
Yeah.
stack things.
Mm-hmm.
They can do all that.
Wow. Okay.
And it's pretty much violent, but they're created by humans that are under a lot of stress.
So you think it's their energy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's human energy within
Negative human energy.
Negative human energy in some sort of residence, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And they'll follow you wherever you go because you're the one that created them.
So if we had a poltergeist here in Joe Brown's studios, if you went to the cottage in Bob Cajun, it would follow you. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes.
Okay, I did not realize that. So how long have we been talking about ghosts? How long have ghosts been a thing? One of these centuries. The what century?
The first century.
All the way back to the first century. That's a long time we've been talking about ghosts and poltergeists, right?
Yep. And it was first, they were first topic was in Germany.
Yeah. Well, not just that. Um, this has gone all around the world, right?
Yep.
So
Almost.
yeah. So we got Brazil. And where do they have kangaroos?
Australia.
Australia. And who are our neighbors south of us? Just immediate south.
The US.
West. And we have Japan,
In Canada.
Canada, and pretty much all of Europe, right?
Yep.
Cool. All right. So we're talking about poltergeist. And what exactly, like, what happens when there's a poltergeist?
Everything gets thrown around, messed up,
Like what?
books,
Books.
movies,
Okay.
whatever the poltergeist, and also furniture.
Furniture, yeah. Maybe these days we'd see less books being thrown around since people use Kindles and read stuff online, right?
Yeah. So even a laptop will get thrown around.
Mm. So is this the reason why your room's often messy? Do you have a poltergeist in your room?
Am I?
I bet you that's the excuse you're going to use. Maybe we should do something about that. So
Because I've been under stress lately.
oh, okay. Well, stress will do it. So you're creating your own poltergeist.
And folks, I do think the house is haunted.
You think the house is haunted?
Yes.
Mm.
That includes the studio.
The studio. Real.
Because lately
Mhm.
I've not had my TV on
Yeah.
because I'm not playing video games at night. Just as I'm going to bed, all of them, like just right out of the blue, my TV turns on.
What? That's
And I didn't even touch it. I was in my bed, turned over close to the wall, turned over on my left side, facing the wall, and the TV just turns on.
wow.
And my hands are like this
Yeah.
underneath the covers.
Gee whiz. That sounds
And the
terrifying.
TV turns on.
Huh.
And I don't have a remote to this TV.
Hmm. Well,
So I couldn't even brushed up against a button.
so what are we gonna do then? I mean, there ways of getting rid of a poltergeist?
Well, you could put less stress on me.
Oh, really?
Like if there's less stress on a person
Mhm.
that created a poltergeist, over time it'll fade away
Okay.
because it loses that energy.
Okay. Well, we got to think of other ways though, because in the movies, I don't think that's helped by just
And also, the studio has been infested by ants.
yes, that's because certain people have a lot of sugar laying around. I wonder how that could be happening, right? Hmm. Hmm. Okay, but let's be serious here. So less stress might get rid of a poltergeist, right?
Yes.
Okay. How about maybe there you could have an exorcism? That might work,
like,
right?
you can only bless a house. You can't exercise it because it's
Well,
not alive like a human.
According to Google, you could try that. They also say you could put salt water or holy water in the corners of the room, which might help, right?
Sure. But I
So,
think that will attract insects.
no, sugar attracts insects.
Well, maybe.
If you're trying to, oh, this is the problem. You've been using sugar instead of salt to try to get rid of the poltergeist. That's what's happened.
No,
You got to read the labels more carefully, Joe Brown.
the staff, like
Oh,
especially
the staff.
especially our staff and our new manager.
Oh, yes. You're gonna blame the manager and the staff, yes, for putting
Because
salt.
what they would do if I
Yeah.
did that,
Mhm.
they would go, clean that up.
Yeah, as they should, right? Okay,
So I can't do that.
you can't do that. So,
Otherwise, they're going to be asking me to clean it up.
okay. All right. Well, there's other ways, though, that you could get rid of a poltergeist. And you know what that is? Get this. You talk rationally to the ghost. So that's what I
I
would
don't think
say.
that's going to
Excuse-
work with this one.
Well, maybe not, but if you don't try, there's an episode on The Simpsons where Lisa made the poltergeist go away by just talking to it. So there you go. Oh, we'll get to that afterward, Dustin. The Distinker has some show prep for Joe Brown, but he'll bring. You can bring it over when we start talking about pop culture, okay? Perfect. Yeah, you could just talk rationally. Okay, so we got poltergeists. They throw books. The house will throw books. Doors will slam. What else happens? Drawers will open.
Cutlery thrown all over the place.
Yeah. Can you tell me any stories about poltergeist taking place?
Well, there's the movie called Poltergeist.
Ah, yes. Do you want to segue into pop culture right now?
How about we do the jokes first?
Let me do the jokes first. Okay. Joke time. Okay, well, I'm better prepared this week than last week. I was out at a bar the other day enjoying some dinosaur beverages. And hey, do you know what a ghost will buy at the bar, Joe Brown?
A mysterious drink.
A mysterious drink. Ooh, that's a good answer. But that's not the right answer. It's booze. Booze. You like that one, Steven?
Yeah.
There you go. Receptive audience. Okay.
And that's off. That's our off-camera crew.
Off-camera
way.
crew. That's right. They're always at hand for any mishaps. Where do ghosts go on vacation, Joe Brown?
Ghostville.
Ghostville. Ooh, that's a good answer. No, the Bahamas. Bah!
That's Ghostville.
I guess you could say Bermuda too. All right. What else we got? Oh, here's another one for you. What room in a ghost house is most unnecessary?
I think any ghost in the house is unnecessary.
No, what room in a ghost's house?
Any room would be in the uncalled for.
Oh, I gotta work with me, Joe Brown. The living room. Because ghosts are dead. So they don't need a living room, right? Right?
Lame.
Right? Well, it's true. Hey, what position do ghosts play on the field?
Goalie. Ghostly.
The ghoul keeper. Actually, ghoulie would be a good one too. Good answer. That's all I got in my in the canon today, Joe Brown. Pop culture.
Now, Kirsten,
Yep.
what comes to mind when you hear the word ghost?
Well, what comes to mind is a scary, dark, haunted house, and usually a white figure that's see-through that looks like a human. That's what I think of when I think of a ghost.
When I when I think of the word ghost, I think of Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters! Who you gonna call?
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
The Poltergeist.
Ooh.
The Ring.
That is one terrifying film. Well, how about we
And one
talk
of my most favorite horror flicks that involve ghost and a ship.
Mhm.
Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship.
Now, the one movie that I do want to see is Ghost of Flight 401.
Yeah, that's pretty terrifying.
Well, I haven't seen it, so
Well,
and I always like to get a jump scare.
well, that's based on a legend, which we could get into. Another thing, Joe Brown, how far back? I mean, we said it was in the first century we learned about ghosts, right?
Yes.
And
And oh, there's one more thing. There's a famous ghost
a famous ghost. Who's that?
that was assassinated.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get referring to that when we get out of the pop culture part, because
Okay.
people don't know about that. But that's quite interesting as well. Okay, but the Victorians were really into ghosts and loved telling ghost stories. And there's a very famous Victorian story told every Christmas that involved three ghosts as well as a main ghost named Jacob Marley. Do you remember what that movie was called and what that story is called?
A Christmas Story.
A Christmas Carol. A Christmas Carol.
Ho, 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 ho.
Yeah, Jacob Marley and the ghosts of Christmas past.
Future and present.
You got it. So instead of during Halloween, people would be telling ghost stories around Christmas. So we should go check out a secondhand bookstore and we could get like some Victorian ghost stories. Also, I mean, moving to the present time, everybody seems to love a reality show, right? There's so many reality shows there. And there's a lot of reality shows that are focused on ghosts. There's Help, My House is Haunted. Ghost Asylum. And Paranormal State. Those are all really popular ghost shows where these people go with this expensive equipment and they're analyzing every sound, and
There's Ghost Adventures.
Ghost Adventures is another one, eh? Yeah, there's so many of them. So you could
And there is one famous ghost ship that wasn't a liner
Mm-hmm.
at one point.
Yeah.
Now it's permanently docked.
Well, which one's this?
The RMS Queen Mary.
The Ironess Queen Mary. Where?
RMS
Oh, RMS. Sorry.
Queen Mary.
And where is this dock? Do you know?
Last time I checked, I'm not sure, but I think it was somewhere like, say, maybe Florida.
Okay. So that's something we could look up later on, eh?
Yeah. And there's been, say, at least 2 or 3 drownings,
Mm-hmm.
but they were unexplained.
Yeah.
And so they have the pool closed off.
Yeah.
And then they had a ghost, a human, playing a rookie.
Playing
And-
rookie.
Yeah,
Okay.
with number 13 door,
Oh,
fire door.
fire door.
And he got caught in it, and it split him in half.
Oh, geez. And this had to do with a ghost or a poltergeist or something?
Now, when you play hooky,
Hooky or rookie? What are you
Rookie.
playing? Rookie. Okay.
you stand in like say in front of a train, and then you move out of the way
That's
in the last
chicken.
second.
That's chicken.
Yeah,
Playing chicken.
yeah.
When you-
This
when-
guy was playing chicken with the friggin' 50, maybe 100 pound steel door.
Okay, but what's this have to do with the ghost?
Yeah, it crushed him in half, and his spirit says
Oh,
is to wander that long corridor
okay.
and keep playing chicken.
Ah, okay. So the guy got killed and then his ghost kept reappearing, right?
Yeah.
Ah, now
It's
I
a
understand.
repeating cycle.
Ah, okay.
Now, what I mean by repeating cycle,
Mhm.
it means if the ghost if a person dies suddenly
Yeah.
and unexpectedly,
Mhm.
the person doesn't know he or she is dead.
And just keeps appearing.
So it keeps repeating the same kind of motions over and over again.
What about that famous person you were talking about who was assassinated?
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. So that president wasn't so lucky.
That's true. But he wasn't playing chicken.
He wasn't playing chicken. It was John Wilkes Booth who put a bullet in his head, right?
Yep.
So tell me, okay, so what does this have to do with ghosts?
Now his ghost is actually seen in the White House.
Really? Interesting.
It's also called the White House ghost.
The White House ghost.
Yeah, and there was one president
Mhm.
that did see an apparition,
Oh, yeah.
a full-bodied apparition of Abraham Lincoln himself.
Well, apparently Abraham Lincoln's ghost has been sighted a few times, right?
Yep. Now, this guy just got out of the washroom from
Okay.
taking a bath,
Okay.
and I'm not going to go into the details,
That'd be very
but
embarrassing.
he saw Abraham Lincoln's ghost,
Wow.
and he goes, "Oh, you caught me under dress." Lincoln's ghost laughed and then slowly disappeared.
Well, that's mean. Was he laughing at his nakedness?
Well, he was laughing at the joke that he was underdressed.
Ah, well. Private versus public. You're coming out of the bathtub. You should be naked. Gee whiz. Abraham Lincoln, your ghost should be ashamed of yourself. What do you guys think? Off-camera crew, is it okay if people walk in on you when you're naked?
No.
No. Hey, question. You were talking about the ghost plane, right?
Yes.
So it's called what number was that flight?
401.
Flight 401. So apparently that plane is haunted, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it would technically, I don't know if it'd be a poltergeist or just ghosts running around. But what I've dug up, no pun intended, is in 1972, this plane, it crashed somewhere. Do you remember where it crashed?
For the Florida Everglades.
In the Florida Everglades, yeah. I guess there was some sort of autopilot disconnection, and all 101 people on board were killed. Well, actually, not everybody. But there were crew members that survived, I believe, or maybe this was in the future, but the crew members reported seeing ghostly sightings of the captain as well as the flight engineer on later Eastern Airlines flights. So I guess this would be a poltergeist, Joe Brown, because the one plane went down, right? So I'm guessing they weren't able to salvage it. And then they got a new plane, and then the ghosts were appearing on that flight number 401.
Yeah, but one thing,
One thing.
if they've seen the apparition of the captain,
Yeah.
then it's a human ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe some of the items that were on the plane
Yeah.
were salvaged,
Yeah.
that it could be salvaged and put on that plane.
Yeah, you nailed it, Joe Brown. They said that the parts salvaged from the crashed plane were also said to cause these natural happenings. So you nailed it on the head. So planes could be haunted, ships could be haunted. There was actually, it was just back in 2005. There was also flight number 522, and the flight suffered crew in Let me try that again. I know, eh? Pressurization system error occurred. And the passengers and crew experienced hypoxia, leading to a ghost flight. The plane eventually crashed, making it the deadliest aviation accident in Greek history. So that happened in Greece. Helios Airways Flight 522. I don't know if they have a movie of that though, but I would be really curious in seeing Ghost Flight 401.
So would I. Maybe we could watch it in your cave.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got a power generator. So we could
Like I
set
could
that up.
produce the power generator,
Yeah.
the TV, and maybe some of the film crew would come with us.
That would sound like a lot of fun. What do you
Backstage group,
what do you
which
think?
would be Dieter, the Stinker, and David
Yeah.
Thiessen,
Mm-hmm.
as well as
Mr. Heath.
Mr. Stephen Heathen.
Stephen Heathen.
And also, guess what, Rexy?
What?
Dave and I made a little bit of a bet.
You made a bet. Tell me about it.
Now, when we made the bet, it was on him gonna call me Josephine.
Oh, here we go.
And this is on one match of Mortal Kombat. I said, if I can beat you on this match, then I get to call you David Jr.
David Jr.
And he goes, what if I beat you? Then you can call me Josephine for 2 weeks.
Josephine. Okay. Well, looking forward to your next show, Josephine. Okay,
So,
you're
and-
getting.
but I beat him, so I get him call him Dave Jr. for 2 weeks.
Oh, great. Hopefully he'll want to play with you again in the future.
Well, me and him just played before the show,
Oh, yeah.
just to kill some time.
Cool. Well, we got a lot of stuff on ghosts and poltergeists. What do you say, Joe Brown?
And Kirsten, what did you learn from this episode?
Well, I learned that ghosts sounds like they're real. I've always believed in ghosts, and it sounds like they're the most interesting legend so far that I think has potential of being real, in my opinion. Do you think ghosts are real?
Yes, I do. What about you, Rexy?
Oh, I have mixed feelings on it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
What about the crew? You guys believe in ghosts? You guys believe in ghosts?
Sometimes they do.
Now, one of our off crews is saying yes, he does. And that would be the Dino Dustin
No, it's Dino Dust. I know it's a stinker.
or the Stinker.
Oh, all these pseudonyms. All right. Well, why don't we give it a wrap up until next
Now,
time?
I hope. Now, I'll see you in about 2 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
And Roxy will be here as well. And we do have a little special show coming up, which is Halloween.
Well, that's a while from now, Joe. We're in
Even
the
if-
summer.
Even if it's not a Monday or the show is not supposed to be on, it will be on. And I'll be in my chair in the studio dressed up in a costume.
So you're saying that the show is going to be about dinosaurs until near Halloween. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes.
Okay. But things could change, right?
Yeah.
By the way, like and subscribe. And stay tuned for any updates in case something different happens, right?
Yep. And I all want you to stay safe and stay well. I'll see you on the next show.